Hello, Amherst County educators. This week we're celebrating National Educator Appreciation Week. I hope you're enjoying the lunches that have been provided by the school systems. But once again, we are celebrating this week in a very different set of circumstances for the second straight year. We are celebrating you in a very unprecedented time, but we still would like to come to you and show our appreciation for the things that you have done for the children of Amherst County. As difficult as this year has been, and it has been difficult, there has still been a lot of value and a lot of lessons learned this year that I'd like to talk about and I'd like to thank you for. Now, of course, academics, math, science, social studies, English, fine arts, all of those things are extremely important, and we have done a good job of continuing to provide that to our students. But what I want to talk to you about is the value that you have brought to our students that go beyond that. Values that I think our students will carry with them a long time and will actually make quite an impact on them in the future. And so I'm going to talk about three things that I've seen modeled in this division by our adults. And the first is empathy. And so, this year our students have experienced traumas, they've experienced change, and those things are very difficult, not only for students but for adults too. But they have experienced these things and in different ways, and so you as an educator have had to show empathy for each one of your students, whether it's a student that's had a great amount of trauma or one that hasn't had as much, but they've all needed your empathy and they've all needed your caring, and so the thing that I think is most impressive though is that while you show empathy, that takes it takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of you emotionally. And if you're anything like me this year, it's hard to kind of refill that all the time, and to come back day after day after day and to show that empathy for our students. I think you might not realize it, but our students know this. They know they've been loved and they've known that they've been cared for this year, and they'll carry that forward for a long time. Second, I want to talk about lifelong learning. And so the goal of good public education is to instill passion in our students to be lifelong learners. We know that this world changes rather quickly, and if we don't know that by now, we've not been paying attention, because this world changes very rapidly. And if our students don't have the ability to learn different things and adapt, then they're less likely to be successful. And so you guys have modeled this. You've been asked to learn how to practice health mitigation strategies. You've been taught how to teach social emotional learning lessons. You've been asked to do project-based learning. You've been asked to learn how to use map testing, block scheduling, Canvas, new technologies like Canvas. All of those things you've been asked to learn, and you've shown your students that those are important things to continue to do, because we all know we've had to adapt this year, and you've shown the ability to change and to continue to learn, because that's ultimately what we want our students to be able to do when they leave here. And finally, I think I want to talk about the value of persistence. And I just 30 seconds ago listed 6-7 things that you've had to learn how to do. And of course, not all those things have gone great out of the gate. We've had our failures. Now, I will say we've had our successes. But I think the real lesson in all of this is, though, that you came back every day and you continued to work to make it better for our students, to provide a better education for our students despite the circumstances. And I know that they understand that you've done that. Students are very intuitive. They get what you're dealing with as well. And so please know that your efforts have been noticed. by your students. And you know, even if they don't say these things in as many words, I'll do it for them. You know, so on behalf of the students and families of Amherst County Public Schools, I want to say thank you.